War has come to my solar kingdom. My sanctum has suddenly been put to the test, so today I'm going to take you through how the sanctum works. Which troops go to hospital, which troops go to sanctum, and what point does your sanctum get filled and when you start taking permanent losses. This video will take you through everything you need to know about your hospitals and sanctum. If you're spending in game, don't forget about the Amazon App Store where you can get up to a 20% discount. Check out the comments down below for more on that. So here we are, my sanctum is glowing. I've got troops in there because I've been smashed by one of the big hitters in our kingdom. For some reason our alliance decided to kick up some fuss and we're taking massive losses. So what have I got? My sanctum here, you can see it's not full. I've got troops in there, and I've got this bar for Ambrosia. I mean, there's a lot going on. So let's take you through it now. How's this system work? Yeah, first up, I just want to say a thank you for the King of Avalon server. We've got a section in here for how the sanctum works. So this is where I'm getting my information from. So I got hit 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can see I've lost 700 odd thousand troops in this one hit. And you can tell from my report that now something has gone wrong. So what happened? Well, 57,000 troops survived and nearly 500 million troops have gone to my hospitals, and then 290,000 troops were lost. Now what does that mean exactly? Okay, so you see my walls have taken some damage, so I can start to repair them. If they're on fire, you can extinguish them for 50 gold. That means that you'll stop losing quite so many hit points, because your wall hit points will go down as it burns. So 50 gold is a good price to save you having to keep repairing. It's such a slow process repairing these walls. Only 300 points of repairing every 30 minutes. Alternative is let your wall burn till you're absolutely down to 0, and then you will be forced teleported away and your walls will automatically recharge. So actually, if you're close, it might well be worth leaving it burning. Okay, so looking at the hospitals now, my Alliance Hospital. Now this one, I've actually done a few heals, but it was filled entirely. So first time if you're fighting in your own kingdom and they've hit your city, or if they've hit a tile, then your troops will all go to the Alliance Hospital. 100% of your losses will be wounded. So that is great. It's actually free to get troops out of this hospital if you're patient and you're willing to use these resurrection coins, or you can go to the shop and buy more if you're not as patient. Alternatively, you can use resources as well. So there is an alternative approach. If you've just been smashed, there's a good chance you'll have Merlin's Concern, which will give you a 20% discount on your hospital healing cost. Okay, so once your Alliance Hospital has been filled, you're in your own kingdom, you've taken further losses still, they will now go to your main hospital. So now this hospital here, you'll see, actually interestingly, my hospital capacity has been exceeded. I've actually got those losses within my hospital capacity and then changed my hero to reduce my capacity. Those extra losses haven't suddenly disappeared. They're still in hospital, so it's the moment that you're attacked that you need your hospital capacity high. You can then drop it down if you wish. So yeah, all of those troops then go to hospital. Now what happens? I've taken more losses, 700,000. That's exceeded both of my hospitals. So now the troops start going to sanctum. So how many of them go to the sanctum? So at the base level, 70% of your casualties would go, with the remaining 30% going to permanent death. Now you can improve on that. So if you go into your VIP, you can see at VIP level 11, you would increase your hospital capacity, so that will indirectly increase the capacity of your sanctum, but it will also increase, increase your soul conversion. So soul conversion, so this will mean an extra 10% will go to your sanctum instead of permanent death, up to your sanctum capacity. So what does that mean? That means it was 70% going to sanctum, now it's going to be 80% going up to sanctum. 80% until you hit your sanctum capacity limit. Now there used to be a subscriber bonus as well, so if you're a subscriber you get an extra 10%, but I can't see how you can get subscriptions currently in the game, so if they bring that back you might be able to get that extra benefit, that extra capacity. So now checking out Games Guide Info's website, so from Diamond Jack, you'll see that the hospital capacity, here is it, so 400% of your total capacity. So if you've got 1 million spaces in your hospital, this is your basic hospital, not your Alliance Hospital plus your other hospitals. So let's say you've got 500,000. 500,000 hospital spaces means once that's filled, you've got 400% more sanctum capacity. So what are we talking? 2 million spaces in your sanctum. Now that can be increased by another 100% if you've got VIP 10, and that will get you up to 500%. If you've also got the subscription active, if you can get that working, there's another 100% there. So 4 times what you've got in your standard capacity. So you may also ask, well, if let's say I'm battling, I'm attacking somebody's city, you're not the defender now. So you attack somebody's city, your losses are greater than your hospital capacity. So if you check out the battle report, you can see what your wounded capacity was during that battle. So if you scroll down to the bottom of all these numbers, here it is, your wounded conversion score. So that means if I was attacking with that level of wounded conversion, then 76% of my troops would not be treated as wounded. Only 23% would be treated as wounded and go to my hospital. Of that remaining 76%, those will all die permanently. Now here's the interesting question. If you're attacking and your wounded conversion covers troops and those troops then die and your hospital is filled, so you've lost even more troops but they would have been treated as wounded, those troops will go to your sanctum. Now they'll only go in the proportions I've spoken about before, so 70-80% of your troops would go to sanctum up to the limit capacity of sanctum. Thereafter those troops are permanently dead as well as your other permanent deaths. Alright, so you've got loads of troops in sanctum and your Ambrosia here is ticking up so slowly. What can you do to make it go faster? Well, the key one is the more troops you have in hospital, the slower this goes up. So healing all your troops in hospital, getting them out, will massively improve. This can get up to 100%, so that will increase the rate at which you can get that Ambrosia back. So you can get Ambrosia from gathering in your city. So you see here, there we go, I've got Ambrosia. So now is the time. If you haven't done it yet, you want to hit this boost and then you can start collecting that Ambrosia faster. Get more of this Ambrosia, get your troops back more quickly. And if you're interested, you can see the Ambrosia collection speed. So I'm getting 27,450 Ambrosia per hour. My base level is 54.9, so you can see that my hospital capacity here is causing that problem. Okay, so here it's saying earning daily rewards, gathering and collecting resources will earn you more Ambrosia. So gathering out of your city on tiles and doing your daily rewards. My bar is filling up here, so I guess daily rewards aren't doing it, because if you check out when you actually claim the chests, I can't see any of this arriving. So I'm guessing when you do those daily rewards, when you do those daily tasks, then you will automatically get those points. It won't pop up. And there's also a limit on the amount of Ambrosia you can hold. So once this bar is getting up to full, make sure you start recovering your troops. To do that, if you go to use, you can then select which troops you want to bring out of Sanctum. Out of interest, if you take these troops out of Sanctum and you're still in the middle of a battle, they will fight in the battle. But if you know you're going to lose, taking these troops out of Sanctum means that they're going to die and you're going to lose another 20-30% of those troops every time. So I would actually empty my hospitals before I empty Sanctum, mostly because Sanctum, those troops, they just go straight to death. You haven't got any hospital capacity to catch them before they fall. So empty your hospitals first if possible. It means your Sanctum will get its Ambrosia faster. Also means that you're going to have more troops. You can go back to hospital rather than going to Sanctum, and then that 30% permanent death, you have to build them all from scratch. Much more expensive, much more time consuming. So yeah, once you've selected the troops that you want to bring out, you can use the quick select. That will tell you exactly how much you need in total. So if you are spending, there's one way to calculate how much you need. And then quick select again will take you to the maximum amount that you can resurrect with your current levels. So you just click resurrect and your troops will appear back onto the map. So that is how your hospitals work, how Wounded works, how Sanctum works. If you've got further questions, let me know in the comments down below. This video here will take you through how to upgrade your account on the King of Avalon solar version of the game. Please do check it out. I'm EnglishTim. Thanks for watching today.